So before starting, silent prayer, 1 minute silent prayer. Okay. So today our chief guest is Dr. Amit Gunin, M.D. Homeo, Assistant Professor, Department of Organon of Medicine, Metropolitan Homeopathic Medical College and Hospital in West Bengal. And he is a life member of HMAI 2021. And he is also in Golden Jubilee Seminar of HMAI Organizing Committee member. And today our subject is a little bit, daily we are going through this one, mindful and mindless eating. So let us welcome Dr. Amit Gunin. So let us see what he is going to tell about this. So warm welcome, sir, and welcome dear all my friends also.
Thank you. Ma'am, my PPT will send you for running. My Zoom was not working so much. May I share you the PPT or PDF file?
So Dr. Hubert, can you do that, sir?
I already sent it to Dr. Danish.
No, it is not possible for me now.
Okay.
You try to do it. Doctor, what is the problem?
Okay, I will try, sir. Sir, may I start it?
Yeah, you can start. The sharing will be up in a minute, in a second.
Okay. Good evening to all respected participants. Today I will present the mindless and mindful eating. It is a very essential topic. I think that eating is today's is one of the burning things that everyone think that diet and regimen is a proper maintenance for the disease and other things. So I choose that topic, especially regarding the eating. Except diet regimen, the mindfulness of the eating, how will be it help for our healthy purpose and others. And next, now, do you think while we are alone?
Hello, doctor. Can you make me co-host?
Just a minute.
Hello.
Can you make me co-host, doctor? I believe I'm not. Dr. De Silva, can you please, Hubert, can you please make me co-host?
Hello.
Hello, Dr. De Silva. Hubert De Silva, can you make me co-host, please? Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Yes,
can you see my
can
screen?
Proceed.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It is come.
Yes, we can see the slide.
Next, do you think that while we are alone, sad, and while we were enjoying, most of the time, which thing comes to us? It is often that the answer is the food. It also attach our emotion. We can say it is a one of the deepest emotion while we take food, when we take food, and how much we take food. It is not only the habit, just an instinct, and it also represents our thoughts or our childhood experience and social pressures and influences. If I tell that it is the relationship with our physical body and intuitivity, it's not maybe wrong. Now, today's topics outline. Next slide, please. We will discuss regarding the first. We are going to look at the mindlessness of the eating and what some studies have shown. Then look into the mindfulness and how it is related to mindful eating and why it is important. And we will identify the difference between the hunger and craving, and then discussed a few suggestions on you to incorporate mindful eating into your everyday. Next, we will look the practical changes in changes you can make your environment to support healthier eating, and we will finish our activities. Now, next, uh, have you ever eaten because it is a meal time, or even and you are not hungry? Hurry down a meal as you run for next activity, or eat it straight out to bake a container instead of the point portion of the out of the service. Eaten because the food is not in front of you, or eaten while distracted by your phone, TV, work, or book. Eaten last day old chocolate, chips, cookies, or etc. Or ha- have you ever eaten and because you are the bored, lonely, and emotionally, and forgotten and what your last meal was because you are the boldly took the time to enjoy it? Now, next, what is mindlessness? Mindless eating. Here are denoted especially two papers, papers which will be studied on national way. Let take a look. Mindless eating. A lot of very interesting research has been conducted about how your environment causes us to eat mindlessly. For example, a study of performed in a response of the people comments and that eat depending on how much we are the hungry they are and how good food is taste, and participants were invited to write it after the lunch to the watch a TV and or movie at the theater. The participants were given the free popcorn, two different size container, medium and large size. The popcorn was just settled for the 5 days old, and one participant said that tasted like a saffron pricking. And after movie ended, we see that leftover the popcorn was measured, and it was found that individuals with the large bucket ate 53% more popcorn than those with the medium bucket. This equal to 21 more dips and bucket. Clearly, it was not a yummy taste of the popcorn that drew people that eat the hunger as it is the right after the lunch. But the presence of the food and the size of the popcorn of the bucket, the larger container is more people diet. So here we can consider that the size is the biggest matter. And another study other studies found that the people reported usually the stopped eating when no longer eating felt by the hungry, especially the French persons, and internal cues. And Americans that those at the hand said they the stop the eating, they run out the beverage when their plate is the empty. Here we see that the this type of the research already done and papers are available in the internet. It's, from that I quoted these two type of the mindless eating, where we cannot decide it at which thing is the needed for the eat and how much need for the eat. That careless eating is we consider as a mindless eating. Now, next, here is one pictorial representation. Here, a person take a soup, where you can see that that the eating is mostly from the our hunger purpose, from our stomach demand, or it is our eyesight that want of the craving that we needs of that food. That is the we will let to or how much we eat it. Next, please. Now, as I said, the previously size and representation and presentation is one of the biggest factor. It has been found that The size of the package, plate, glass, serving the bowl makes different on how much food we consume. In here we see that the different plate size and the quantity of the foods are the same in the all of the plates, but the size and presentations of the plates, it is representing and looking is the different from the person to person, different perception. One study found that who got the large package of the plate of the sausage meat typically prepared 23% more than those who received the medium-sized packages. Glass shapes also an important, and imagine you have two different glasses. One is the tall and skinny, and other is just a short and wide. When and purely equal amount of the liquid into the both glasses, the tall one will look more full than the short one. If you don't fill your glass full, you are going to eyeball hell and a half cup. You will tend to pour 30% more into the white glass than the into the tall glasses. Additionally, I told that it is the bigger plate it considered as a more eating. Sometimes the plate is the biggest role play. Next, our mind is wandering. Our mind, the study of the 15,000 peoples, here we see that the 47% of people think in something else than what he is accurately doing, because we are most of the time today's life are the busy in multiple taxing and doing several things in. That is why our we see that nowadays we have a problem regarding the concentration, and that is also impact from throughout our lives. And a strong relationship between the mind wandering now and being unhappy is a short time later. That is why another reasons of the unhappiness we can consider that. Next, please. Now come to the mindfulness. What is mindfulness? No one is immune to the environment clues around us. The power of conventions. However, since what we eat is such major contributor to our health and happiness, these some things that can be done current and to our world or convince and regime control over how what we eat. The if we define that mindfulness, that is the our as per the uh, John Cabot, it awareness that arises from the paying attention on purpose in present moment and non-judgmental. Mindfulness focus on non-judgmental means is acceptance. To be mindful means to examine internal motivations such as thoughts and emotions. It involves slowing down, and it includes the external environment to our response to it. Mindfulness involves the being the fully aware the moment mentally, physically, and emotionally, and being present therein without judging in it or reaching to it. Now, next, what is now come to the mindfulness eating. Mindfulness eating takes the principle of the mindfulness applies to the food and maximum food decision and we make daily. There are the several basic principles that are the important for the mindful eating. We be in the moment, be in a moment, and be full present in the moment and eat without distraction. Must be. That is the meaning of the be in a moment. And next, observe our body. Of paying the close attention to what is telling you and rambling the stomach, low energy, stress, emotional, that notice all the senses, taste, smell, texture, food being eaten, and take time to enjoy. Notice the physical reaction to the food food you eat it as well as your thoughts and the feels. Acknowledge the reaction, thoughts and feeling without judgment, and be aware of what triggers to stop eating, and recognize is be aware how your food choice impact of other people in environment. Now, next, please. I will try to how mindful eating is the become a cyclical presentation. It is a mindful a number of questions that it can cause you slow down and really analyze your eating behaviors, especially. Why do I eat? What is triggering in to eat? It is it physical hunger or is it emotional? Or we come to elicit the what is the hunger and craving. Here we can elicit that what is the physical hunger, what is the emotional, and is it a stress related? And are you bored? And this is the very important question answer when the seeing the alter you are the eating habits. When do I want to eat? Perhaps it is eat when the clock says it is the time to eat, or you are actually hungry, or the feel the variety of the time. That is that maximum time the tiffin hours is allotted for us, and that time only we took the foods. Here I consider that time. If you are not hungry, to skip that time, that not suitable for the mindful eating. And what do I eat? It, this look at the factors might affect what you choose the each. It is the because of the convenient, or it is the taste is good, it is available, and it is a comfortable food, or for the nutrition value. Now, how do I eat? What does the process of the eating look like you? Are you rushed, mindful, distracted, or service? Question yourself to whom before eating. How much do I eat? How do how you who know you are the full? Quantity may be decided by the physical fullness, clues, or package size or habits. As I previously discussed, the plate, how the plate represent and our mind that how much we take the food or something. As previously also paper represented it for the French and the American, and how think that they are the completed their foods. And next question is where does the energy go? Eating may be the innovating the causes of the sluggishness or lead to guilt or the same. Sometimes we try to entrap of the diet that we try to control, especially control that we avoid that food, especially. But due to the craving and due to eagerness, we take sometimes the food, and then after the regret and the feel guilt or shame, and why should we take that much food? That is not also an mindful eating. And that is why it is the questioning. Where does the food have consumed to go? Or is your eating supporting your life and will have potential? All these questions are formed for the mindful eating cycle. While you asking yourself for regarding those type of questions, and you will be conclude out the is it is for the mindfulness of the eating or not. Now, come to the next slide. Uh, Here I try to set the what is the hunger, or how you one major component of the mindful eating is the learning to eat response to our body hunger clues, especially. But have you ever struggled with knowing how to identify the hunger? Hunger can be identified the physical signs such as the stomach is rumbling, or the feeling of the emptiness in your stomach, dizziness, fatigue, and the lack of concentration. That is the physical sign. And and if you are actually hungry, the desire to eat will not go away. It will till increase over the time. And if you are hungry, you will be willing to eat food that are not just your favorite. You will take foods what you who can get. Most of the people need to eat approximately 4 hours, maintaining for their energy level throughout the day, and the help the balance their mood. And it is important to ignore the true hunger as the that's your body way to telling you that it is the ready for the food. Don't ignore the actual hunger, especially. Next, after the hunger, we come to the point of the craving. Craving is also an parallel terms, which we face, especially during the our eating purpose. That uh, now that the hunger is, let's move on the craving. What is craving? It is when your mind and mouth are telling you that eat not much to your stomach. In craving, there are no physical hunger, and the thoughts eating goes away when you are the distracted. As I previously said in hunger, if it is the hungerness, then it will not going to anywhere if you are distracted. But over the time, it will be increasing most of the time. But in craving, if you are the distracted, then it will be go away. Craving are usually connected with the some from the emotional attached to the food, especially when you are the craving and you will like want to eat something the specific, crunchy, salty, sweet, and often because you think the food is the safety you, satisfy you. An important question to ask yourself is what you really hunger for. Is it is food or it is something else? In order to address this, you need to take step back from the kitchen breath and actually thinking about what to need or what to be want. Craving are the normal, but it is an important to learn and to relate it to mindfully to them that so that you can recognize them that their message. Don't let them control by the craving. Now, next, some habits for the build up the mindful eating. Here I try to set it as most of the time we are the practicing that the try to mindful eating, and but we think is where is the mistakes and where we live that is not corrected. We all are correctly take foods, but what is the difference? I try to few points out and the several mistakes are done by our during, before, and after the meal. Before the going that point, the several points, and ask yourself that, and after the taking meal, if you feel lighter or energetic for the whole day or up to the evening, or you are the carry the ideal weight according to the your height, weight, and BMI recordings. If any of one is not matched, then we think about that our food and nutrition are not proportionate of what we take the foods and how much we take. So that is sometimes the mindfulness is the missing. Now next. First point. Another thing before I going to the next slide, that is the mindfulness, especially comes from our consciousness of the from the beginning of our ancient time, the Buddhisms also. There is a consumption with the consciousness of the foods. So now I come to the point. The next slide, please. Without hunger, how the eating? Without hunger eating, the eating we most of the time feel it is especially in lockdown, the after several time we stand in front of the fridge, when we keep the eating again and again throughout the day, in this like this, by the time of the lunch or dinner, we don't even experience as real hunger anymore. You still eat lunch or dinner, but your digestive fire are not even the burning, and on your extinguish the digestive fire, dump the plate of the full of the nutritious food. That now listen this carefully. Without hunger, every bite take like a poison of a body. Because the food eaten without hunger cannot digest at all, and it would not digest, and then how will it come out to our body? It will stay stuffed inside to keep rotting. And what to do? Stop, especially what to do, especially advice to stop stanking and munching in between. We do not take little foods from so that's that habit time to time, and that eating may be compared with the like an Hindu rituals like a Havan and in India. So before conducting Havan or prayers, I just compare that we prepare for it and gather the all ingredients needed to, and keep it together. And we blow and we take seat and the slowly offer the ingredients to the fire to rise slowly. As like that, same way, I think that as no one acts like same, we must keep all the things we among us. I think no one is there who gives input in the fire frequent manner. But what? But when it comes to burning appetite, why we forget all those things? We should sit down comfortably and slowly, and ingredients to the fire are of the appetite, right? And try to maintain in the gap between the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. What I said previously, that is there is some tendency in the 4 hour interval of that. Not that much, always not strict with the timing being, but the gap according to the your body needs and the hunger needs. But maintain some gaps that help the for the hunger re-ensures. What is the best sauces? As if I asked to anyone, the what is the best sauces? Chili sauces, tomato sauces, any other things? There is the answer should be is that none of these is the best sauces, because while you are the eating that time, if you are the really eating and your fire for the fire up for the food, then the simple foods also and very delicious, and that is the best possible foods for the us. So if you are not hungry, I advise that sometimes you may skip that meal for the betterment of your health. Now, next point. Next slide, please. Eating when you are the angry, irritable, and stressed, and etc. After a heavy activity, just I want to recognize you that after a day heavy activity, while we come to your home and get food, and that food is the food plating is the very delicious, and that is the food of your favorite foods, and hungry is the very much present, hunger is present, but after just put the first bite in your mouth, or suddenly your phone rings and you find out that your best friend gone through the some an accident. And what we do, you keep hopefully most of the us we keep plate aside and the very moment, and even in our elder persons and our seniors told us that told to eat some little bit, it what you who will to reply that time, most of the time that is say is the times answer is no, I am not feeling hungry right now. But question is there, but how did your hunger is die within a few seconds and on few minutes? Because there is any kind of the problems on your mind like a fear, stress, tensions, irritability, anger. the whole energy of the body is going to the your mind or head. When you said when all energy are involved is there, if you take food without food will, the irritation, with irritability, your stomach also had difficult to digest it, and you have your digestion capacity becomes the very less at that time while you are the emotionally being stressed or any type of emotions are the heavy on you. So when you are the eating only when you are the happy and relaxed and comfortably take your foods. Also avoid new and the violent news, especially on the violence meetings and others. Most of the time, sometimes we make the foodings with meeting, but I recommended food after meeting or fooding after meeting. Meeting after food or fooding, both are not associated with doing some because we generated our thinkings with the vibrations that most of the time that nuances and that situation maybe influence that your mental state. That is why it is not active manner and mindfully you concentrate with your eating. That is why to avoid that time to multitasking or avoid TV while or mobile using or something uses, especially while you eating. Next point, please. Avoid to most of the time we see that avoid to eating in with our hand. Whenever we go, that we will find that people eating with the forks, knives, spoons, and this nowadays. But if I again go to our contemporary, the ancient times of our cultures, that we see that had our Vedas have always taught us that eat with our hands. Now, questions is why? Because when you touch your food with your fingers, there is a nerve endings in your fingers immediately send signals to your brains, and that brains also consolidate that signals to our stomachs and others livers and others organ, and then and every organ passively sensitive and for the food will comes to ready to functioning. And also another help to our hand is the recommended while we taking the food with our hands. That time most of the time we see that the foods has a how much is the hot or cold or anything is hard or not. That contexture or textual of the consistency of the food would also by touch, we are the seeing that it is suitable for take right now or sometimes later, which can be also can be decided. Now, also, so the, I recommend, especially I want to recommend most of the time from childhood to elder age, any age, try to take foods with your hands in spite of the food. If the persons are the from childhood to take the food intake with the forks and knife, then and must be after taking the foods, the forks will be remaining the side by side and then take another bite to so consequent the feel that food and the texture also. Next slide, please. Now, mixing of the too many foods at a once. Here I tell that most of the time we think that took some thalis, especially there is the so many items and varieties of items, the many of items and difference of the content and different varieties is there. or idli, dosa, maybe rice, roti, different type of. That is the pickles also and different. And why we'll take this is the looking at presenting a very delicious, but while we taking that so much varieties of the foods at that time, that is also another complication for our stomach part. That is on basis of the 2 points also. Two regarding 2 points. One is the quantity is the matter, and another thing is except the quantity, there is a different type of content regarding while we take the food for the stomach. Uh, Different variant need a different time of the digestive. So that is why stomach facing some problem for the multiple that type of mixing type of food to regarding the digestion. It will be take times. That is why maybe if we take much this type of food, mostly we have the experience later on the acidity, gastric complaints, and indigestions related other variants related one. So recommended or advised that there is a if it is possible to little amount of the little variant of the food will be taken, 2 or 3 types of the similar type of food. That is the stomach that is the is the homely environment for the stomach also, and that will be also be digest very easily in spite of that. Next, without we all know this point, but today's in hurried and fast life we forget regarding this, the chewing and eating. Chewing chewing we now know that we don't do it now. We are always in hurry. We take a bite with watching the TV most of the time, and especially while we take food, beside us the mobile is opening or TV is opening, that like that, and we not concentrate regarding the food. If we are not chewing most of the time, that that is not food is not be a juice up. We all already know that if we do many more chewing, then our saliva will be secret more, and that will be a help to our food to small in pieces, and which is the after are ingested, then stomach will be helpful more or to digestion. And as an example, if we take an potato without cutting, which if we boiled, it will be take time to 15 to 20 minutes maybe. Regarding on the variant of the potato also, but while we cutting into small pieces and small in pieces, if we then cook, it will be take less time than the full is the boiled. That is why so if you take the chewing more enough, and the food particle will be is very much swing, then it will be also another thing the helpful for our digestion. All the time with the thing the eating thing, and we all the time thinking regarding the eating, but while we take the eat the food, we thinking about the other things else but the eatings. So that is time, most of the time some persons are that takes much bigger amount of the bites, but that is very difficult for the our teeth and mouth also for the chewing. And also followed by the process our stomach digestion is also another research a very difficulty. So advice to take how to maintain first to start, take a small bites, and avoid multitasking. Again, I said avoid to multitasking at that time, to enjoy the food. Or without enjoying the food, nothing is involvement at that time. Now next, eating till our stomach is absolutely full. Most of the time we try to eat how much we take until and unless that is the stuffed our totally. It is we most of the time we as usual we see that in every case if we totally completed and the fully eating, then it is very difficult for the any type of digestions and digestion. So must be less amount of the eating is the recommended. It is not that without hunger hunger is present you not eating. I don't recommend that. I don't tell that not over to eat at a time that you are the fully up to the neck and mouth. That is we can regularly see that while we using in kitchen that as a mixture grinder. If you mixture grinder the full, then it is difficult to mixing that or grinding that materials. So also same things we see in the washing machine also. Regarding this. While we representing also in our homeopathic medicine also dispensing that time also with our vial is filled up with 2/3 part or say 50% part is filled up for the additional of the medicines and the jerking or shaking purpose. That is also similar to our body eating not too much and absolutely full. Next, please. Now, another thing, working just after eating. It is the we are the in hurried life. We have the little times to take food, or that is not adequately in proper manner. But after just a few minutes, we take food. We must run away. It is a very poor practice in our life, in our sessions. That and working thing is the another part, and eating is the another part. So we should maintain the gap between the meal and work. If it's possible, less amount to 10 to 15 minutes gap is minimum is required for the any person. And that is why we not maintain. If there is no chances in our corporate life, there's no time that the food intake after to must be joining the working, so must take a lighter food than the heavier food. So if you take the soup like materials and salads and other things, that maybe takes less time for the gapping. Because yeah, stomachs also need and some time for the digestion. If working is the is immediately we go for the working, then there is a demand of the energy and glucose between the brain and stomach will be there will be an wear. So must recommended that after work eating take a few gap or little snap then after joining with your working. Now, few advice. So I try to consume so that and whatever I emphasize last 7 points, try to in a small glimpse that sitting with the eating while you only a strong sense of the hunger, not hunger of the mind, especially hunger of the stomach. Mind should be relaxed, should no anxiety, anger, or irritability, and take 2 or 3 foods recommended, not much more variant. And before first bite, gratitude toward the food makers, farmers, God, what you believe and prepare for them. Especially we forget to gratitude, especially food maker. Those are the making for us, to take food. Also, that time gratitude and feel the texture with the hand and the small bites and chewing properly. That will be that totally is a process. As while you are the coming, you feel that food and that bonding of the physical and mental level. It will be here provide you the mindfulness of the eating. Benefits of this. Uh, why importance is the mindful eating? Build the a healthier relationship with the food. Next, please build uh, benefits. Benefits is also why it is important be a mindful eater or the better weight control. No need of the diet over again. And better to prevention to management of the health related condition. Most satisfy from the eating and engaging healthy food system and become more introspective individuals. This allow the better control over the prevention and management of the health related condition. And our body is smart and they know what is the needed. We need to learn and what our body want to say to us how to eat, how much to eat. Showing down the allow us to gain the more satisfaction from the eating, makes more aware and engaged how the food and decisions impact to towards the world around us. Now, next suggestion, and again, few suggestions regarding this. The eat slower, try to take eat with the time if possible. Sit down, slow down, and while you are eating, and give your body those 20 minutes. Is it needs the signal to brain to it is the full chewing in your food slowly, pause between the bites and the take smaller the fall flocks, and learn to listen your body, recognize when you are the feeling physical hunger versus eating of the other reasons. Is eating free of the distractions, and whether you are for phone, TV, or etc. When you are the eating, turn on your senses, is pay attention of the color, of the flavor, and the texture, smellings, and other section. Being a mindful involves of the learning, appreciate where your food comes from, uh, how it was grown, and how it is get you. As you think about this, is you may very well to start change how and what you choose to buy it. Also, next, please challenges, changing your personality of eating environments goals or proportionate of the size, modified your table shape, make your overeating hassles as not bite, make comfortable food and more comfortable. In addition, become the more mindful while you eat. You can being modify your personal eating environment also. That is easier to make healthy choice. Small changes can have a big impact. Be mindful full of your portion of the size. Don't eat directly out of the bag or box. Pre-plate your meals and snacks. Serve yourself less than you think you might want to eat. Next, please. Remember several things. There are no right or wrong way to eat, but rather the varying the degree of awareness. When eating, in every person is the unique, and their eating experience will be as well. No one is a perfect. We all eat for reasons as other than the hunger at times, and and it is okay. Be patient with yourself, and the food is the meant and to be enjoyed. Take time, take time, enjoy it, and thankful for your food and gratitude increase the satisfactions. Small changes made your eating environment can be big impact in your health also. There is no better time and than now. Start listen and to your body and take good care of yourself. You As you gain awareness, you may start notice that you are build a new relationship with the foods, and one on where you notice the emotional triggers or where you start to taste the food. Nowadays, you will control your eating rather than the eating being controlled by you.
Dr. Amit, only 5
Now,
minutes more.
okay, ma'am. I will. This is last one. Testing the mindfulness by the few points. That is the holding. I want to you take holding thing and the by seeing, touching, and smelling and placing and the testing and swallowing and the following. Those all are the several points which you give you the mindfulness, and the association makes association with your or foods. So everyone should hopefully will try that how we take the food and how is how we become the try to eat now from upcoming days. Try to mindfully eat, not irrationally we take. And next please, and that is thank you, and I completed my presentation here. Thank you. And over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, it's really a wonderful session because right now we all are doing the same mistake always, correct? Because we are multitask, doing the eating at the same time, scrolling mobile or otherwise watching TVs and all. So let it be. Maybe we should all try to be a mindful eater, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Thank
Yes,
you so much. So anyone wants to ask any questions, you can ask now.
It was a very very nice, nicely drafted session. Actually, the slides were very well organized, and
Thank you,
yeah,
sir. Thank you.
yeah, it's very very enlightening, and actually we all should follow the guidance on that, and every aspect, every point was important. And if you follow the rightful eating techniques, that improves your health. There is no question on it. It should be a motto for every one of us, and we should all follow. Thank you very much, doctor.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Dr. Danesh, sir.
Yes, Dr. Amit, it's really a very good session. And as we know that diet is one of the very important factor in everybody's life, but unfortunately, people are eating for eating, and they don't know what is the purpose of eating. Actually, when you go through a road, we can find that sometimes the petrol or diesel may end up, then you may be some another place, and then what will you do? This is what the same thing is happening with the diet also. If you take the right food in right time, sometimes you may not be in the right position to walk or do something. But people are eating more in the night time to take because they are getting more time in eating and sharing with family. So this kind of eating will definitely be a big spoiler to the person, and particularly to those around him also. That's the reason why a lot of unexpected cardiac problems are happening during the night time because of heavy food and heavy diet in the night. That will uh, become a killer in the night also. And anyway, this kind of presentations are really very good. And as Dr. You point out, your slides are exemplary, brilliant one. And unfortunately, in the first part, I was in the road, so I could not share. I didn't realize that you just sent me the same. But when I looked into that, and then I found that it was there, then as soon as I found it, I just forward the same to Binoy, and that's why we were able to share the beautiful
Yes, yes, sir.
speech from you. Thank you. I hope we
Thank
can
you. Thank you.
some other presentation in the future. Congrats once again.
So,
Okay. Thank you, sir.
thank you so much, Dr. Amit. So,
Yes,
Dr.
ma'am.
Professor, want to talk something?
Yes.
Time is already over.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, Dr. Sheila,
mm,
and congratulations, Dr. Amit Gunin.
Thank you, sir.
Wonderful presentation. हिंदी में कहावत है, जैसा खाएंगे अन्न वैसा होगा मन, है ना?
हाँ सर, और
जी-
इंग्लिश में था तो इसलिए नहीं बोल सके,
हाँ,
और नहीं तो
जीने
बहुत सारा
जीने
कोटेशन
के
था।
लिए जिंदा रहना है और अन्न खाना है, लेकिन कैसे खाना है? तो होम्योपैथिक, अकॉर्डिंग टू होम्योपैथिक पर्सपेक्टिव, है ना, माइंड प्लस नर्वस सिस्टम प्लस वाइटल फोर्स एंड कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल टेंडेंसी, eating is the essential, है ना? तो mindful eating, not mindless eating. Mindful eating is the very good active. So very thanks,
Thank you,
Dr.
sir.
Amit Guin, behalf of IFPH whole team. Very thanks. Thank you.
so,
Thank you.
so thank you so much, Dr. Amit, and thank you all the participants who participated in this event. So I am passing over to the Malayalam session. Dr. Mariamma John, please.